Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you guys here in the audience today. This week we have a very much anticipated, I don't know what the correct terminology is there, but we have a very big update coming this week that everyone's been looking forward to because we're getting these massive ToA changes that are going to change the way that we farm that raid forever. It's actually getting fixed for once. We're getting a bunch of next changes apparently as well. That's the rumor. We're about to find out now and dive into all of the juicy details just as Jagex drops the blog. So in the meantime, I need you to go down below in the comment section and answer one simple question for me, and that is, with these new ToA changes, have you already got a shadow? Are you looking forward to farming a new shadow or any of the other items because fangs and light bearers are going up in value? Are you thinking that these new changes for ToA are good or bad? Round lesbian math aside, because obviously the Bone Dagger is horseshit in that raid. My name is Ryan. Hit the like and subscribe button down below. Let me know what you think about that question. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News live from the Subathon once again. Still a day, 4 hours on the timer. Thank you very much, Coxie Loxy, for the $2. No cum. My name's Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News live from Rune News HQ on Rune News. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the summer sweep up. Now, this blog just dropped. I haven't read shit yet. We're going to dive straight in and wing it live during the fucking subathon because that's how we do it. The timer is staying right there. So, let's have a look. If you're struggling like us, shut up. The people in the UK are complaining about fucking heat already. Jesus Christ. ToA changes, boss changes. Protect from melee now mitigates all damage at Bubba, which is fucking huge, and less invocations which reduce the effectiveness of prayers are activated. Bubba now spawns 1 to 4 baboons rather than 1 to 8, depending on the group size, which is massive. Jungle Japes, so the baboons will spawn 2 banana piles on death. Totally fine. And damage from Bubba's Boulder's throw attack is now always split completely with any appropriate object. This means that even splitting the damage with Sarcophagi will nullify the damage that you take. I think that means that the Sarcophagi take more damage, but this room just got so much fucking better. And we're going to be doing like a fuck ton of ToAs in groups, masses, 400 ToA chillers, as they say, on Twitch, that little pedophile website. And the subathon's still going, so make sure you come by. It's right here on YouTube, advert free, and big dick energy is generated all day long. Now we've got protection prayers now mitigate more damage from Akka basic attacks, which is big for especially protect melee. Akka now only protects against the same style that he's attacking with, which means if you don't have a shadow, the Bofa butterfly is now a real thing. We are fucking locked in, boys. So Akka is no longer shit. Akka's stat drain effect now only affects combat skills. I didn't even know he drained stats. Big. Special attacks now occur once every 7 attacks, up from 6, which is good. And his enraged phase now spawns fewer orbs. Less cum, more bum. Sounds fucking good. The room is no longer dog shit. Stay vigilant. Invocation means he'll use a special attack every 6 attacks as opposed to the base 7. That's fine. And Zebax waves have smarter interactions with pushback. I think that means hopefully it doesn't make your whole screen go "Ooh!" when you get fucking hit. So big fucking ToA changes. Ready for this fucking shit. I agree. Now, changes in other runes. The Cursed Baboons and the Shamans now always take max damage from range attacks, which makes the bow from the blowpipe even more useful there. They removed 2 waves from the Baboon assailants from the Path of Apmicans, so probably the last 2 waves, I'd imagine. And the volume of water required for Path of Qantas no longer scales linearly with the number of players. This means you'll be able to make a mistake or 2 in larger groups. I think that also means less points. Kind of cringe. There's slightly reduced hit points on the obelisk for the Path of Het. Let's just get rid of the fucking obelisk in general, but don't worry about that. And finally, the deposit pot is now a deposit box. It's like Jagex just sees something and goes, you know, we'll fix that in 2 years when it's a smart time to fucking do it. But thankfully, it's now a deposit box, which is fucking huge for everything involved. Loot changes. Overall, purple chance for the raid beyond 300 is reduced. So over 300 invocation, less purple chance, but the raids will be significantly faster and easier, which is big for everyone involved. At raid levels 350, 400, 450, and 500, the weighting of the Lightbearer and Fang is reduced. This means that overall, the purple's being reduced in quantity, but the likelihood of getting a shadow and other gear like your Missouri is actually increased, which is fucking massive. So if you get purple at high level raids, your odds of getting a Fang or Light Bearer are reduced significantly, which would be good for me because I just pulled my 6th fucking Fang the other day. 2 wards, 2 chap, 6 Fangs. I want to die. Fuck this raid. And that's about it. Oh yeah, there's a new jewel called the Jewel of a Mascot, which makes the Keras Partisan, is it only usable in the raid? It's less effective against Scarabs, but gains 50 plus stab bonus and 22 strength bonus. Only works within the raid. Okay, should slot neatly between the existing Partisan and the Fang. Slightly stronger than the Zaramerican Hasta. That's pretty fucking cool. Holy shit, look at those fucking stats, dude. God damn. So it's less effective on Scarabs, but is more accurate and more strength anyway, so it kind of balances out. This is going to be a new best in slot until you get a Fang, which is massive for pretty much anyone trying to learn this fucking raid. Big. You want to grab that gem ASAP. I wonder what color it's going to be. Surely it's green, right? Or black? A black, that'd be sick. A nice black one. Hell yeah. So the base drop rate is improved on all gems from 1 in 80 down to 1 in 180 to 1 in 50. This base rate still scales before, meaning that the 75 kill count, your base drop rate is still 1 in 16. And if you have any other jewels, the rate further improves. So that's fucking awesome. Elemental weaknesses and defense changes. Let's see what they got going on today. Let's see what they're cooking. They've added more elemental weaknesses to more NPCs and refined it a bit better. So air weaknesses can be found on things that fly or float, which means wings, ghastly ghosts, or spooky specters. Water weaknesses can be found on anything that feels particularly fiery, like demons, Tizar, and chromatic dragons. Vorkarth being the exception, considering that cunt's dead. And then, of course, we've got earth weaknesses for things that have tough exteriors, like drakes and worms and gargoyles and the likes of, so the giant mole, for example. If you're maging the giant mole, you probably got fucking brain damage anyway. Now, we know that worms and gargoyles also fly, but they just don't want to fucking complicate it. I think they can't have 2 weaknesses at the moment either, engine-wise. It makes more sense to have earth. Don't get fucking complicated with it. Just go play Pokemon if you want to fuck around with that. Fire weaknesses is for shit that's icy or made of grass. This is common sense. You light something on fire, it fucking burns. Now, the most interesting thing that you'll see is the flat armor. They're adding flat armor today? Oh, shit. So, if someone's got a flat armor of 2, they'll take 2 less damage than you would have. Meaning if you had 10, they'll only receive 8. Negative flat armor values means they take more damage. Okay, so, oh, fuck. Alright, so we aren't likely to say this NPC has 20 flat armor. I hope you bought your Elder Maul. It's a small bouncing lever that we can tweak to nudge things one way or another. So this is so if you use the correct attack style, you can get more damage in, right? And if you use the wrong attack style, you will lose max hit. This is to make it so people aren't using whips and fangs at gargoyles, I guess. I don't feel like this is really an issue the game has, but I want to see how it plays out. It might actually change the way that we do get future PVM content. They've taken a light touch approach to the flat armor antics and focused more on traditional defender stats, but we're keeping a close eye on how these changes feel in practice. Okay, so they're not doing it at the moment. Okay. More forced weapon diversity. Yeah. It sounds... Sorry, I'm just trying to read up. I should have read this earlier, but let's have a look. In practice, okay, we aren't likely to say this. More traditional defender stats. In cases where we've introduced, they have introduced it to some NPCs. Oh, right, it's on that spreadsheet. I remember. We should go through that spreadsheet then. I can't remember what it said, but I remember we did look at it. They're bumping HP down slightly, so the kill time isn't likely to change considerably with your existing setup, but may slightly favor a change in setup. I think that's fucking pointless. If you want to introduce flat armor, don't touch the HP. Just fully... Like, you're not forcing people to change their gear now, are you? If you're saying, hey, you'll do more damage if you use a different setup, but we're going to reduce the HP so that it doesn't matter if you do, that's kind of dumb. Right. Okay, well, we're going to have a look at that in a separate video in a little bit because that's going to be kind of interesting to look at. But sounds silly that they're adjusting HP. Fair enough. Loot table changes. This is going to be big for everyone. Okay, so... let's have a look here. We got Obor and Briarfighter keys. So these keys are no longer required to fight the bosses. You can just fight the bosses. The keys are to open a chest, which gives you a roll for the essence or the fucking, what's it called? The big donker. So I think that means you can just farm these fucking bosses now. This is going to make, the Briarfighter essence is going to crash in fucking price with this. Right? There's no fucking way. They dropped their own respective keys. And to compensate, each of them now has a reduced simple loot table, similar to regular giants. And if you get the key, then you have a chance to open the chest. So if you can just farm these bosses now, the Briarfighter Growthlings can be left-clicked with the if you have an axe equipped now, and they can spawn back to back. They're no longer spawn back to back. Sorry. So This is kind of good for farming them, especially for combat tasks, but it's kind of bad for the items. I feel like they're going to lose quite a bit of value. But, I mean, what the fuck do I know? Back up here, sorry, with the loot table change, I kind of skipped over it. They did have that, they had a drop table out. I think a lot of Torstol seeds and leaves were kind of being nerfed out of the game a lot. I mean, we can go through the spreadsheet again in another video, but we definitely have looked at that. You're going to have less money coming in from, I think, like the Phantom Must Bar, ToA, and there was something else as well. Can't fucking remember what. So consider the Torso seeds used to sell for North 50k. Of course, now they're only 6.5k because of Phantom Must Bar and ToA. So they're kind of readjusting the drop table. And now the Shark Lure, that's right. So Zora, Phantom Must Bar, Vorkaf, and Laren's chest, and the Brimstone chest all drop Shark Lure, which can be used to help fish sharks more often, which is good. Really happy to see that. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I'll just eat manta rays instead, I guess, or anglerfish because of the diabolic worms. But that's still fun. That's good for the bots. All right, that's good. And then we've got the Duke Succulus. So now you can do 3 or 4 kills at once by prepping as much as you want, or prepping up to 3 kills, sorry. So you can grab more mushrooms. Duke becomes a faster kill. I think this changes the speed run time as well, because normally prep is part of your speed time. They've increased the HP by 45 points, hopefully to make sure that you can not go too quick, I guess. And here we go. They've just said it. They've reduced the times by 45 seconds each, but changed their behavior so that they only begin once Duke wakes up. Right. Prep is no longer part of the consideration of speedrun time. Big. There you go, right there. So now speedrunning Duke is easier than ever. You don't have to worry about it. You can just fucking get onto it. Lastly, for Duke is a teeny quality of life improvement to save those risks. Added a left-click feed option. Oh my god, that's big. Oh, nice. So if you're using crushed mushrooms, fuck making the potions, you can just spam left-click Duke. That's actually a massive... That's... For those that don't understand or that don't do that, that is probably the biggest fucking Duke update they've done in the game. Fuck the prep side. You don't have to fucking... With your mouse now for the mushrooms, you just spam left-click Duke and feed the mushrooms all day. That's huge. Other PVM bosses and related changes. We've removed the earlier phase of Sunday Nightmare. You'll effectively start in P2, meaning you'll see 2, 3, 4 walkers between phases. Okay, fair enough. I respect that. To compensate speed times, the combat achievements have been lowered by a minute 30. That's a bit... Is that too much? A minute 30? Like if you're in best in slot... That means you got to finish the Nightmare now in 6 minutes? Oh, you could probably do that. Yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. The CB tablet drop rate is now 1 in 25. Guaranteed in your 25th kill. Or your next kill logging in after 25 kills. Awesome for the Sunday Nightmare. On death against Sunday Nightmare, you respawn outside, which is huge. Next will always perform at least 2 more melee attacks whenever she uses 1 on all phases. Big for Next Masters. We're going to be doing those later on in this subathon. You guys are going to learn some proper fucking Next for once. And now that we know about the melee attack changes, that's fucking awesome. She can be damaged slightly beyond the phase transition threshold. For example, if she swaps phase at 2720, you'll be able to bring it down to 2550 before she brings nulling all damage again. Big for the Ruby Bolt procs. Magic attack on her final phase will have its damage reduced by 25% if you activate Protect Malage late. That's awesome. Cool. Damaging Blood Reavers will heal you for 75% of the damage. Damaging Blood Reavers will heal you for 75% of damage dealt. One more time for those in the back. Damaging Blood Reavers will heal you for 75% of damage dealt. Oh god, that... Fuck, yes. Hell yeah. That's fucking massive, cunt. Tip out melts those fucks as well. Yeah, dude, the Fang, whatever, man. Huey Cuddle now drops uniques at a rate of 1 in 18 instead of 1 in 23. This means all uniques are slightly more common. Dragon Hunter 1 now has 40% magic damage and 75% accuracy against dragons, and now probably sits above the Sang Staff with these changes in Ulm. Huey Cuddle Tail now has 300 down from 400, and the Huey Cuddle Hide now always drops as 3. The armor pieces have had their crafting requirements lowered by 10 levels. Hunter and fishing activities in the Nazi Portal have had quality of life pass that should feel less buggy. Blue Moon Spot. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. Give me something good. What else have we got? Water Vast Sayus now reduces prayer drain from demon attacks by 33%. This effect stacks multiple with Spectral Shield, meaning those 10 prayer points like Cerberus are now going to be down to what, 4, 3 maybe. No one cares about the Keymaster teleports. They drop in batches of 7 rather than 3, which is big, still untradeable for some reason. Grotesque Guardian's Rockfall attack now only stuns you in the center, but still damages you in a 3x3 area. Awesome, that's fucking huge. The Ralos now has a range increased by 1 on rapid. You can hit 7 tiles away and long range 9 tiles away. That means the Ralos could always hit Zuck, couldn't it? Right? Does that just make it even better now for it? You get 1 increased range on the Ralos. That's fucking huge. Halberds can now hit flying enemies, including aviancies. Oh, we're going to Kriara later with the Halberd for sure. Because she gets fucked. Not immediately. If it's not immediately obvious whether or not an enemy technically counts as flying, you'll be able to see in the monster examine. Perfect. Demon Bane weaponry now effectively hits the Ice Demon in Chambers of Xeric, which is huge. Desert Treasure 2 bosses now drop a gold ring whenever you hit one of the behind-the-scenes visage rolls. You can check retroactively how close you are. For example, if you're already at 2 out of 3, when you log in after the change, you'll receive 2 gold rings on your next kill. Oh. Awesome. That's fucking cool. What's the only L change? What's that one for, Julian? The gold ring thing's fucking sick. I love that. Hell yeah. You can now show Zuck, your Zuck Slayer helmet to Zar to get benefits on the Zuck helmet in the Inferno and the Fire Caves. Oh, right, so you don't have to be on a Slayer task. No Slayer experience will be provided unless you're actually on task. Yeah, okay, I didn't realize they were doing that this week. That's awesome. So if you show the Zuck helmet to the Tazar guy, your if you do the Fight Caves or the Inferno, you'll get the Slayer helmet benefits without being on a Slayer task. That's big for speedrunners. Vestige rolls, keep that shit hidden. You reckon they should keep that shit hidden? Man, fuck. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of knowing how far away I am from that fucking Vestige, because otherwise that means I know I should just keep farming until I get it, you know? Yeah, just need to get a Zuck helm now. Huge. The combat achievement rewards to double the duration of the summon thralls have been moved to the Master tier, down from Grandmaster, which is big. That means Master tiers, like myself, get a nice little buff. Halberd-related combat achievements for Bloat and Corporeal Beast, now specifically with a Halberd special attack. That means players of all builds can tick them off with the Dragon Halberd, or you could use the Noxious Halberd, just go into the raid with, or no, you can't get Venomed, can you, because it will clear it. Yeah, fuck you. And various spellcasting animations have been tidied up. Alright, that's good. So you got Steel, Granite, and Granite Rings, which are irrelevant, and we're going to skip over them because no one gives a fuck about that. Desert Treasure 2 soundtrack is now available on Spotify, YouTube, and music, and no one gives a fuck. There it is again behind me. Merch, which we don't give a fuck about either. Other changes. Close Roll has had its missing check steps option restored. No one cares. LMS is back on Osworld, and that means Daddy's getting racist, and that's good because we've got a day and 4 hours of racism that's still happening and probably going to last another fucking week. So until then, guys, this is Ryan on Rune News. You've been watching Rune News. That's a long as fuck OSRS blog, but goddamn, that's a lot of fucking content. How is this part 1 of... They said part 1, right? This is the combat part of the summer sweep up. What the fuck else was there to change? They just dumped it all on us. Absolute fucking units. And hopefully, next week or the week after, we get the clue scroll changes. So until then, this is Ryan signing off. And now about to show you how to make some serious fucking cash with the Grand Exchange update this week on Rune News. Dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and this week the biggest rise is the fucking Lightbearer alongside the Fame because of the ToA changes coming to the game. These are going to start getting rarer, which means they're coming to the game at a lot slower rate, especially with these solo 400s that are getting absolutely fucking sent. Excuse the Subathon timer in the way there. We ain't got much space on this fucking screen, but you should definitely be coming to the Subathon so we can start fucking rolling these purples out. One Lightbearer for me tonight. I'm fucking calling it now so I can get the fuck back on Rune Light. Make sure you go on to ToA and sending as much as you can because these shadows are about to start popping the fuck off. Now, one of the biggest losses this week is the Huey Coddle Hide Coif. In fact, why do people call it quaff, by the way? Idiots. Regardless, all of the Huey Coddle Hide shit is dropping like a sack of shit because the hide is about to get dropped at a much higher rate. The Huey Coddle will start dropping things, I think about 8 kills earlier, and you'll get 3 hide every time you get a Huey Coddle Hide roll, which is bad for this gear in terms of money. Great for it, though, in terms of versatility, because then dickheads can start fucking wearing it. No idea where, considering Blessed D hides in the game. Huey Coddle Hide on the downfall. Sell it while you can. Garbage fucking armor anyway. Now we got one of the most valuable traded items in the game, the Scythe of Vitur, uncharged by the way. bouncing around. We've got a fucking roller coaster of emotions happening right here. Until the Delve Boss comes out and we know exactly what's going on, it's going to be hard to say whether this item is going to skyrocket any further, back up to that 1.82 bill mark, or it's going to drop. The Delve Boss, it could be weak to range now. It's definitely Demon Bane, but they got rid of that crush weapon. They were going to bring a Demon Bane crush weapon. Everyone complained. Fucking Round Lesbian was like, we don't need any more Demon Bane weapons, and here we are now. If it's going to stay crush, there's a good chance the Cypher for ToA becomes best in slot there, which would make sense. But I'm leaning on the Scorching Bow for this one. They didn't touch the Scorching Bow for Yama. Who knows? It is so it's up in the air at the moment. It's trivial. What do you fucking think? I'm holding on to my scythes for now. We've got 12 scythes in the bank, locked in, ready to profit. Bought them at 500k, still holding them large. Hoping to hit that 2 bill mark very soon. So the scythe for now, invest if you got one, but learn TOB so you can just pull one yourself. That's the best way to go about it. Just don't rate with Juligan, Hooligan, Pooligan, McSchooligan, because as you're about to see in the Ironman moments, he's not the sort of person you want to be rating with if you're looking to free for all a fucking scythe. And now finally the mole slippers with the Delve Boss closing in. Obviously all footwear is taking a bit of a dip and a hit at the moment, but the mole slippers are going to be rising hopefully soon with the release of clue scrolls being stackable, meaning more mole slippers coming into the game, which means more profit and more fucking money for people. So while they're low, it's time to grab them while they're fucking hot. That's 414k per fucking pair, 30 mil this time roughly. Yep, next year, mark my fucking words, or unsubscribe, provided you're in the subathon or you won't make any fucking money. Get your mole slippers today and become a rich cunt tomorrow. Tell your friends about the purchase so that way when they buy the mole slippers, you gain value as well. My name is Wade Green and I approve this message. Thank you for coming to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News this week, live right here from the subathon. Shut the fuck up and have a good night. Now, our first Ironman moment for the week goes to, I would assume, an Ironman because there's no other reason to fucking post this screenshot, and I have no idea who they are because I couldn't see their name, but they managed to get a Burning Claw here. This seemed to be Burning Claw number 2 in about 300 KC with, I'm pretty sure if I remember, 0 synapses. So whoever the fuck you are here, congratulations on the Burning Claw drop. It's that's fucking good, mate. Now, our second Ironman moment for the week goes to Shadow, who pulled a Shadow here last week during the subathon with 1 day and 4 hours on the timer still, which is about half the amount of time it had last week during Rune News, by the way. Unfortunately, Shadow can't take a fucking screenshot to save his life, so this is the best we get, and you just have to trust me on this one. But a 44-minute 3:10, he's definitely going to need the Shadow in his hands because that's some fucking atrocious time for that level of raid. So congratulations on pulling the Shadow just before they nerfed the purple drop rates in ToA. Very good. And finally, for Ironman Moments this week, not only a proper screenshot, but a screenshot with your fucking boy, Juligan, Hooligan, Pooligan, the McSpooligan, Dooligan, Ping Tong Tooligan, managed to pull his second fucking scythe, his 8th mega rare. He pulls 2 mega rares every fucking subathon. This is mega rare number 1. And your boy was part of the team, so we got a juicy little split for our main account rebuild series, which is starting as soon as we manage to sell off the rest of our group Ironman Bank. So big fucking side split for your boy. Typical fucking side split for Ping Pong, Pooligan, Jing Jong, Juligan, Spooligan, Hooligan. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it this week for Rune News. Rest in peace to Will's hardcore Ironman that Anubis somehow got fucking killed on a farm run. Feel bad for Will, but I can't help but fucking laugh at how fucking Anubis, the Nature's Grotto Bridge Slayer, returns. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News, and this is Rune News. It's been Rune News. Now we're going to go live in the stay live during the subathon to start farming out all this content. So if you don't come by and check it out, you're missing out and probably gay. So have a good night.